in them.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta continue in the doctrine. You gotta take heed to the doctrine that you're involved in. And we brothers, we've been in this thing for a certain amount of years, so we're trying to know what to do. But yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta take heed to what you're involved in, because pretty much, man, you can be juiced into the camp before you know it. Juiced up into it. It's gonna mislead you and pretty much guide you in the wrong spirit. So you have to really take heed of what's going on. But I mean, if he's a part of the elect, he's gonna know that anyway, because I started to realize when I started watching Great Millstone, I started to see the sincerity in the amount of information I didn't know before when I was watching the 14th Street. So to speak. You know what I mean? So it's all the spirit.
When you watch the Israelite camps, man,
they just kept attempting it.
It's a fad when you're watching it, you know, it's just something to get into. But when you watch GMS, you see the severity of it. You start seeing how detrimental this whole thing is, how serious it is. When you start watching them, because they're the only camp that push that you have to be out there in the highways and byways. The other camps, they don't really push that. They just push like this. They're trying to glamorize being an Israelite. They glamorize it. Like if when you come into this truth, you're gonna be a great celebrity. You know, you're gonna be a celebrity Israelite. You know, judo. You know, they're trying to glamorize that whole thing. You know, the garments and everything like that. You know, the background, the scenery. They try and make the video with HQ quality and shit like that. All nice to view and shit. You know, that's what that's what they're trying to get Jake to be focused on the vain shit, man. And the real treasures is wisdom and knowledge, man.
That's right.
That's what you're meant to be offering, trying to trade to Jake, man.
That's right.
When the master said to the servant, go and take this coin, and go and trade it, man. And a parable about
the bro, give me 2 Corinthians 5. 2 Corinthians 1 and 12.
The parable about, you know, she gave the talent to one, gave 5 talents to one, 10 talents to another, 2 talents to another. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it's there, it's the same mind.
We're Israelites.
We're Israelites, man. You know, it's 1 and 12. 2 Corinthians 1 and 12.
So all these other Israelite camps, there's all for show. It's all for show, man. And I remember back in the day when I used to watch ISUK, they were uploading videos. They were uploading videos like once every 2 months, man. You know, and all of a sudden they're trying to blow up the internet. All these other camps, they're trying to blow up the fire for the GMS. They're inspired by GMS. They're trying to outdo GMS. That's why they hate us so much, because they're trying to outdo us, man. Because they know that we're the ones that are really about it, man. Why do you think I stopped watching ISUK and Full Street Israelite and I started watching GMS, man? Because the other camps weren't really about it, man.
They weren't sincere.
And I never really liked IUIC back in the day. I saw them, but it just looked too cheesy, looked too bait, man, too corny, man.
The brothers got a precept.
It's 2 Corinthians 1 and 12. For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, the testimony of our conscience, that is simplicity and godly sincerity.
Read that again.
For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly.
That is simplicity and godly what?
Sincerity.
Sincerity. So that's what we're pushing. That's the sincerity. Okay, you have to believe in the Lord. That's what it means to believe in the Lord in spirit and in truth. Okay, and that's what we was trying to show that young guy, man. Like, you know, he's young in the faith and in the spirit too. So that's what we try to show him, is that, you know, these different camps and these different guys, they're not sincere. They're not doing it like you were saying. They're doing it based on for sure. These Hebrew Israelite groups. But when you come to serve the Lord, read it again, brother.
For our rejoicing is this, the testimony of our conscience.
We are the rejoicing of this, go on.
The testimony of our conscience, that in simplicity and godly sincerity.
That in simplicity and in godly sincerity, or
not with fleshly wisdom,
not with the things of the world. Okay, going to university, going at website, going to the theologians who's not.
but by the grace of the Most High, we have had our conversations in the world.
But by the grace of the Most High, we've had our conversations of the world. Okay? But the point being is the sincerity, man. That's the key point, because a lot of these camps outside of GMS are not sincere. So, and I'm going to say this again, like, I'm not just based, because GMS is just a title. Okay? And you got certain Negroes or niggas that's waiting to come out of GMS as well. But what I am saying is in GMS, okay, the men of the Lord are there, and they're more sincere. Okay, and that's just the bottom line. And like I told the brother, I said, look, I certain guys that's gonna come to the state, okay, and then pretty much they're not gonna make it. And how they're not gonna make it? Because they're gonna get involved with certain camps like ISUPK or the IUIC, and they're gonna be moved based on that. And then before you know it, that particular camp is gonna mislead them and guide them all the way up to hell. Which really the hell I'm talking about is the nuclear annihilation. That's what I'm talking about, so to speak. Because it tells you that all over the scriptures, man. Yeah, give me Matthew 20 and I think it's 6. Yeah, it would be, man. It's really cold out here. It just goes to show you how sincere we are. I'll let them get it. Because you don't got more gloves, that's your oh yeah, you do. You give me Matthew 20 and 6.
So Matthew 22 and 14. For many are called, but few are chosen.
For many are called, but few are chosen. So just because you come into this thing called Israel, that don't mean you're going to be chosen. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you got various groups. And at the same time, you may come to the GMS too, but you can still be destroyed too. Okay, because really it all goes back to the predestination of the election. That's what it goes back to. Like the bar did a live show. I missed the live show, but I want to check it out. Where he's gonna go into how, you know, we're not saved based on works, but based on by predestination. But what we are doing is we are fulfilling the works. Not by our own will, obviously, but based on the ways of the Lord. Because the scriptures say, whosoever rejected the will of the Father, no one. So to speak. So based on us doing the work of the Lord, it's all being predestined anyway. As it states in Proverbs 20 and 24, as it states, it says, man's goings are of the Lord. So based on us doing what we're doing, it's based on the Lord putting that spirit on us to do what we're doing. Okay? He's already written what we're doing already. Like I know was saying, the writing's already on the wall type thing. So that's what's going on right now. We're just playing this thing out. And if we do everything towards the scriptures wise, if you do everything that the Bible tells us to do, even until the very end, then we were of the first fruits. So we're just playing this thing out. Go on, brother.
So Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Yeah, so we didn't know that we didn't know in our mind years down the line that he was going to be prophets of the Lord or servants of the Lord. We didn't know this. The Lord changed the purpose of man, of us, pretty much, to do what we're doing. And that's the deal right there and then. Okay, and there's everything, and it's not even just us being purpose to do the will of the Lord, but you also have false prophets that are also purpose to do their job too. Like how the so-called white man, he's purpose to do his job, which is to be the devil. So everybody has a purpose to how to be, what to do. And then eventually, once that purpose is done, then fulfillment of that judgment's going to play out based on what you've done. Okay. Think about things in Job 4.
Job 33 and 15. I'll start from 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions.
He opened up the ears of men to see their instruction, meaning they're going to be instructed to do that on that particular day when they wake up out of bed, so to speak. You know what I mean? And that's why you have people that do what they do. That's why you really can't. It's like I like what the boss said, man. Apostle the boss said. He said, see, when you have enough understanding, when you have enough wisdom and understanding, you don't really get upset too much because pretty much you understand why things are the way that they are. You already got the answers already. So it's like, for example, when you first come in, you're like, man, he's the devil, whatever. But we still call him the devil because he is the devil. But we understand why he's doing what he's doing, so to speak. And we also know, which is comforting, that he's going to go down and he tells you that he gets done also. So we're comforted in that regard as well. Go on.
In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men,
Go on.
in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions.
So you might have thought to yourself, well, I'm going to do such and such tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, you're doing something contrary. Now you're in prison, yeah.
You never thought
Yes, yeah. And now look at you, sitting right in that cell, man. You know what I mean? It just goes to show you that there's no such thing as free will. Everybody has a path that was only written for them to fulfill. That's the bottom line. So let's say, for example, you're a woman, okay, and you become a stripper. You may have not didn't want to do that in the future. You may not have planned to do that. You became a stripper anyway. Okay, and I'm just making an example. There's many purposes out there that the Lord purposes to do. Go on, baby. Go on now.
Listen, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man.
Right, that he may withdraw the true purpose of man, that he may hide pride from him. Okay? You know what I mean? Because we've all had different purposes that we wanted to fulfill, but we're doing this. So I guess that we got to be the men of the Lord if we're doing this, right? It remains to be seen. Time has to tell you. But if we fulfill the Lord's will unto the very end, then we're the first fruits. By predestination on. Is anyone else?
Are we there to go?
Yeah.
He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword.
Yeah, what do you do that again, brother?
He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from perishing by the sword.
In terms of danger, so he keeping certain men back from danger. I believe that that's what it's going into. So you got certain men that is preserved from danger. In terms of, in other words, salvation wise. So to speak, you got the majority of the people, they're set up to be destroyed. Okay? And they were born in vain. Matter of fact, if you can, bro. I know your hands ain't working too well because it's got that cold. But hey, we got to go. I think it's 2 verses 8.
Is that Roman?
Let me finish this one.
It's Romans 9 and 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? God forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I have compassion.
And that's the bottom line. The Lord is going to have compassion on who he has compassion. And those that he has compassion on, he's going to lead those towards him through spirit. If he has compassion on, now the Lord will have compassion on you, he's going to just let you continue on in your sin or in your worldly affairs. And then after that, he's going to basically perish you off the face of the earth. That's what we're going to go into right now. In the Gizah.
Second Esdras 9, verse 20. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it.
Yeah, and that's what Ezra saw. He said he considered the world what is of danger, right? Read that again.
So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril.
Yeah, so he considered the world, behold, there was peril. What world was he talking about? He was talking about this particular time and season, this particular world. So he saw that there was nothing but perils, in other words, danger, which is bound to come anyway. Okay, go on, brother.
Because of the devices that will come into it.
Because of the thoughts that came into it. Go on.
And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a great of the cluster.
Had kept me a great of the cluster. What is the grapes of the cluster? Go on.
And a plug